I am. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. All right, I'll host it. Forget about it. Let's talk about it. All right, so Mike's muted. I'm not. How's everybody doing? Stand by. Oh, man. Yeah, I can hear you fine. The mute's not on your mic, right? I know you muted it before, but then I was like, we were trying to talk before, and you're muted. Stand by, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Another Wired Wednesdays. We are always prepared.
So weird.
I don't know. This thing never sounded better than it does right now. Wow. Straight from GOAT. Okay. I don't think they can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
They asked if the mic was plugged in, Mike.
It's plugged in. I just don't. It's
Technical
showing that it's on.
Difficulties Wednesdays
Okay.
by the Mining King. That's what he was saying.
This has been so weird. I opened up. I used Streamlabs with this, but when I set
Oh, they
this
can
up
hear you now.
today, it didn't even have the same setup for the video or anything. I had to redo all of that. So.
Huh.
Verizon, can you hear me now? Man, I haven't heard that in a while, Golden Wolf. What's going on, everyone? I know my...
It says we're low.
Should I just
Mike's saying we're low.
We're still low?
I'm maxed out over here, so I think it's on your end, Mike.
Yeah, all right, I'll bump it up a little bit. Let me know if it gets too loud, so... I suggest streaming through OBS, screen capturing, StreamYard.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. I'm using Streamlabs, or you're saying OBS instead of Streamlabs. Yeah. I don't know, it was fine the last, like, 2 months, but, yeah. Okay, well, welcome to Wired Wednesdays, everyone. I'm your host this week. I think that Mike, turn up. All right, we got our sound engineer in the chat here, Mr. Hawk Crypto Mining. Turn up the all-around mix for the stream. All right, let me just turn up the camera thing.
When you get a chance, Mike, just pin the post for the viewer call, and I put it in there. You just gotta pin it.
Okay. I also put rock music on this time, so I know the other music I gotta change all of that. So pin message, there we go. Okay, feel free to call in, guys. Today's stream is going to be a little more laid back. We're kind of just winging it this Wednesday. So Mining Disrupt is next week. I know Dave is excited. We were talking about that a little bit. Let's see. Goat says Streamlabs is getting squirrely on me too. I switched it back to OBS. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I had to like add my mic again to it and everything. So super strange, but we're good. We're live. And
we're live.
So let me move this around a little bit. A little more laid back. Yeah, we're not too serious on this. We got the Mining King here. Welcome, Mining King. I saw Panda, Blue Dragon Mining. What's going on? Hash Rico, Crypto Craig, Steven Cicero, Bacon Eggs, DJ Mines. What's going on, man? A little bit of everyone today. Retro Mike, of course. But yeah, so I know Dave's been hard at work, so I'm gonna let Dave tell you guys a little bit about what he's been working on this week, and I can pull the pictures up too.
Oh yeah, well, I've just been working on. I have the new shirt here. Here's the logo. So hard, dude. Everything's like all opposite when you're trying to show. So this is the logo that I was working on. It's on the website right now. Also have another rendering of this logo. It's a little bit changed up. Like TVM is going to be on the bottom of like cables. And then there's going to be stars in here. So that's going to be another basically print. So at Mining Disrupt, you're going to see them. I have some polos being made right now, and the other design basically. Been working on wires. So they're gonna be 6 pin to 6+2 pins that are Flux and myself labeled. They're at Mining Disrupt for some giveaways, as well as some SATA cables. Those are going to be giveaways too. And then I think I showed on like the Twitter feed and basically maybe a short that I was making those cables for the Octo Flux server. And then the Octo server is the same thing, but you have the Flux version, then you have the Octo server, right? Those
Here,
especially
let me share this real quick. Oh, it looks like we have a special guest in the background. I'll add him in real quick. Hold on one sec, Mike. Let me see how I... okay. There we go. Mr. Hawk Crypto Mining Sound Engineer. I like it.
Oh my gosh.
Mike, have you been having problems? Because you use Streamlabs, right? Do you have any time where it just resets itself?
Yeah, but you don't have you don't have like a sound deck or anything, do you?
No.
Alright, so what you're doing is you're going to run into issues because you don't have anywhere to centralize your sound. And that music is loud, bro. Oh my god. So, just saying. Your stream all volume in Streamlabs that's outputting to everyone else is low.
Yeah.
I hear it low. I have it all turned up in my headphones. But it's alright. We gotta get it. You need like a Go XLR or like somewhere where you can, you know, move the sound around, I guess is what I want to use. I don't know what word I want to use. But
you sound a little low, Mike, on yours.
He sounds really low.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's I don't know. I don't know.
Just another sound thing on my end, probably.
I don't know. I don't see. My audio is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ Mines. What's everyone mining? I am mining Dynex and Radiant and some Flux. I can switch over to the... Here, let me... How do I do this?
There we go. Better? All right.
Oh, these are the wires I was going to show, real. Dave, you want to go over the wires a little bit? These are the server ones, right?
Yeah, no. Well, those are the server ones. They're not done right there. So you could actually... Those are the individually sleeved cables. Those are the 6. But you're going through every picture, Mike.
Okay, sorry. I'll stay on one. I'll just let me know when to switch it.
Okay, so that's on the top where it says Flux. That's not done yet. Those are the Flux cables that are made specifically for the server, the Flux server, right? Those are about 10 inches in length.
So, Dave, are there any significant differences between those cables and what we would use coming out of a breakout board?
You're able to have 4 powers instead of, 4 grounds, and then you have to still bridge off another ground. So the breakout boards only give you 3 and 3. This here, the way the server, the Octo server is designed, is they give you at least 4 grounds, and you just have to jump another ground.
Okay.
So when you purchase the breakout boards and you want to use it for a GPU, for instance, it's a 6-pin to 8-pin, so you have to jump two grounds.
Right.
This one you only have to jump 1, so you have 4 dedicated grounds. You just need 1 more ground. So I like the way that's designed. You know, in a perfect world, you would like 5 and 3. 3 powers and 5 grounds. But even Corsair power supplies, and I'm going to actually leave that right there, Mike, because I want to explain that. So even on Corsair power supplies, this is designed specifically for a Corsair power supply. The only reason why I did it is because I actually have the power supply, and it happens to be the same power supply that you're going to see at Flux that they're going to be using. Do you see those 2 white, the white heat shrink right there? 2 little pieces of white heat shrink? That is a double ground. That's the way Corsair makes their 8-pin to 8-pins. You have to double the ground on Corsair.
Okay.
So now you guys understand. So that's all individually sleeved, and that's the way. But they also put a capacitor in line with their wires because they feel that 1 8-pin can handle 2 8-pins.
So question for you. So a lot of server power supplies sometimes are HP and they're Dell and they're different, different brands. will these wires all work with these same power? It might be a stupid question, but a question, nonetheless. Where they all work the same because they're all the same. I guess because they're all the same voltage, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Well, it does matter. It matters on the breakout boards because I know that. What's the name of the company? Was it Parallel Miners, the ones that make the breakout boards?
I think, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think the breakout boards are pretty
He does
generic.
make a breakout board. Yeah.
Right. So like,
Yeah,
let's just say
he does make a breakout board.
so they make a breakout board. They also make basically a specific like 2200 watt. Have you ever seen the little the server power supplies that the ends are only like this big? It's smaller. It's a lot smaller. They're unique. I know Chum Change has one. He sent one over to me. You need a special breakout board. They make special breakout boards, but it all works the same. It's a special breakout board because it's not the regular like HP server power supplies or other power supplies.
So so with Octominer, sometimes you get the HP power, sometimes you get Dell. Like I've seen both. You know what I mean?
That's universal because of the way the breakout board it works and the way it plugs in. You're able to have a couple of manufacturers that are the same, basically.
Right. Okay. So these cables will work with both breakout boards.
Well, we're talking about the other cables that I showed you, the small ones that are 10 inches. Those are specifically designed for the server, the Octo server.
Right.
Right there.
Right. So I didn't.
That's
know
not going to
if the
work on
Octo
anything else. The Octo server has a totally different pinout than anything out there in the market.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe like, because Octominer has done this before, which is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes the breakout boards are different between cases. So I don't know if they're going to keep the same breakout board for each server, or because of cost, they might go somewhere and get a different type of breakout board with like Dell power supplies versus like the standard HP, which everybody uses, because the heights are different on the ends. So again, I was just curious.
Yeah, so those are specifically designed. The reason why they took so long to make, I engineered them. So when you see PSU, Mike, are you able to like drag to where it says like PSU right there in the corner? Okay, so you see how PSU is upside down? I actually pinned it out upside down and then now drag it back over to the other end. Up. See if you can go up, Mike. And then to the right there.
Oh, like the same cable. Okay.
Yeah, the same cable. So you notice how the PSU was upside down and that's right side up? I pinned that specifically for the pins to be complete opposite, so it'll be less strain. So when you're plugging it in from the server, because the PSU is upside down when you plug it into the Octo server, right? And then basically when you plug it into the GPU, this is less friction, less pulling on the cables. So it's specifically designed that way. That's how I designed these cables. Yeah. So you wouldn't have any issues at all.
We got some questions real quick. King, thanks for the super chat. He is asking, do you have a cost or like a price for an entire Octo server with TVM cables?
Right now we're working on it. It's a guesstimate because it's 20 cables in an Octo server, from my understanding. So the guesstimate could be roughly, it's a lot of wire, so it's a lot of connectors. I would say probably like 109-ish, something like that, for 20 cables.
Holy hell, I gotta go. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta go pull out a HELOC.
What's that, $5 a cable? That's pretty good.
I'm just kidding.
So like per cable, it's a pretty good what I'm able to do with that. Now these are made specifically for flux and everything else, so these are the first ones that are actually made right now.
Yeah.
For flux.
Been scrambling to get those done for this week, huh?
Yeah, so I'm still in a test mode, but I have to test it in a unique situation because I do not have a Octo server to test it. So I have to do and put other adapters on it to make it like a regular cable, basically, because he's specifically designed for Octo servers. It's pretty good. It was a really, really good project. I was really impressed at how it turned out. And so we could go back to the individually sleeved cables. So you're going to see those at Mighty Disrupt as well. So see that those are, and then Mike's flick.
I'm doing it again.
well,
Okay, I'll switch back to.
all right, so those are the individually sleeved cables right there. Those are the 6+2 pins. So basically, that goes to your GPU, and then Mike switch it over. That's those are 6-pin to 6+2 pins. Those are basically server PSU to a GPU. And
All
what's
right,
the other
well,
one?
I don't want to cut you off, but my phone's gonna die. I'm just getting home, so I will continue to watch, and I'll talk to you guys when you're done.
All right, Mike.
Okay, Mike. Thanks for
All right,
joining.
guys.
Take it
Appreciate
easy,
it.
man.
Later. Make sure if you guys need take out a second mortgage to get some cables, give me a call. I know somebody.
He couldn't help himself.
I think 109s are
Later.
really good, honestly, price wise.
Yeah, price per cable and everything else.
Yeah.
It was just
We have
trying
some
to
other
like.
questions also.
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
read the questions here. I know
Um,
that my name was tagged a lot here.
Yeah, Mr. Geek of All Trades said, how do you get the specs on the pinouts for the different PSUs? Do you have to get them from the OEM, or do you just test each one yourself?
So I have to test each one myself. So the reason why I had the specifications for that Corsair, so the individually sleeved one, if you want to show that one, Mike, the individually sleeved cables that I made, I have that PSU. I have that Corsair power supply. There's like Type 3, Type 4s, and everything else, but then who I was making it for, they happen to have the pinout as well. That they show me pictures, and I'm able to make it out of pictures and relate that because I have the cables with me as well. So I can actually, so I know what to test. If anyone wants to do a specifically designed cable for their power supply, if they send me their cable, I can emulate that and make a cable work.
Okay.
The thing is just like, we have to, there's so many different, so Corsair, you could have different years or the same model and they changed it of how they made the pinouts. That's the problem with like Corsair. That's why EVGA is a standard. It's a very good standard.
Mhm.
But I'm not saying that EVGA is the only power supply that I would like to work with. I want to work with a lot more power supplies. I want to do a lot more wires for the community, but it's just a matter of obtaining the wires to emulate those wires to make another wire in my cable.
Yeah.
Anything else here?
So we got a couple more. Just the board. The breakout boards are universal for Octominer. It's all the same.
Right.
King agrees it's cheap. He was thinking more around 200. Chili, Mr.
Yeah,
Chili, excited
for King,
to
it'd
meet
probably
Chili
like
at Mining
225.
Disrupt. What was he? Oh, he's asking when Octominer green. I love the Octominer green. That's like my favorite hue of green, I think.
Yeah, I have that color, from my understanding. Actually, you know what? That reminds me, Mike. Let me write that down, because I wanted to actually show Chili in person too. That would be
And
really, really cool.
King
to show
also
him.
wants a full set for his 5U Octo server as soon as possible. He said he'll buy him right now.
Octo green. And I can't thank the community enough. Chili, so helpful. Red Panda Mining, just basically the whole community. Just if they have information and I need something, they're always there for me. So it's greatly appreciated. So that's how I'm able to keep on doing what I do. Just getting more information and just working with all the with everyone basically. So
Yeah. The servers are shipping out the end of July. Is that when? I think it is.
I'm not sure. Chili probably would know.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for that Chili DM whenever the 4.0 PCIe comes. Let's see, Veteran Miner. Can we order those cables for the Octo servers directly from Octominer, or do we go to the TVM site?
You would go to my site right now. We have it all situated on my site. So I don't have it on the site right now. I just want to get this week over with. I'm still, testing and finishing everything up for Mining Disrupt. And I might be able to actually take the pictures there and put it on the site.
Okay.
But they'll be going on the site soon, for sure. That was second TL?
Yeah.
Okay. Or you could just DM me second TL Mining too.
Well, Panda said, dumpster
that.
fire seafoam brought a ton of white smoke in my truck. What do you mean, Panda? Like it caught fire? Are you talking to Dumpster Fire in the chat? Oh, probably the chat. Mining King. Super sexy Flux Edition coming this way. Yeah, those Flux cables are sick. You did a great job, Dave.
Thank you. It's a lot of work, but it's just, you know, it is. You just start with nothing. Basically, on the left-hand side, on the bottom right there, you just see the white wires right there, right? They're already stamped.
Yeah.
And basically, you're making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there's so many parts and so much material that you're using to make something that looks really nice. And number one, that works. You know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, the individually sleeved cables, I did do them. I had a video, like one of my first videos, and it was I didn't have the means of doing a double stamp on 2 16-gauge wires, so I had to solder the wires together. Great connection, right, for the grounds, not a big deal, but it's just like it just makes everything so much cleaner and neater that I can do a double stamp, and that's what you saw in the other pictures. That's why you see the heat shrink individually sleeved, because it's 2 cables that are bridged off to 1 cable. That's why you have to do that. You can't individually sleeve it into one because it's 2 different cables. But that seems very, very clean, in my opinion. And that's going to be in the back of the PSU anyway. You're never going to see it anyway. But still, it's still very, very clean that you can look at the whole cable. So pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Well, Crypto Craig is asking, how long does this take for like start to finish for one of these cables?
Crypto Keg, which cable?
I think like one of these flux cables, like right there, like, you know, from the 8 cables, stamping them. Yeah, like, you know, doing the whole thing from start to finish.
Let's say one cable start to finish, it probably would take about an hour.
Wow.
Give or take. Yeah. It takes a lot of time. But, you know, I double check, triple check, testing. That's everything basically, start to finish. It has been tested. So, you know, it's kind of like, I guess maybe it could be like a half an hour to 35 minutes because, you know, you have to walk, you have to go test it, let it sit, go back, and you're still working, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I do batches of them. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, DJ is asking if they make machines for it. I think Dave already has the machines pretty much for, if you want to go over the main machines that you have, Dave.
Well, I have the stamp machine, so you have to put your finger each time that you want to do something. So each individual, you see that right there? My machine cuts and strips the wire to the specifications. I have to take each individual wire and stamp it. So I have a foot press and it stamps the pin on there. And then basically I have to make sure that it's straight, so then the cables aren't like jagged. So like if you see other cables out there, that you'll get the cable, but like one connector is facing like this way and the other connector is facing the opposite way. I make sure that the wires are as straight as possible, and then I stamp them. So that takes a lot of time too. And then you have the heat shrink and everything else. So I mean, my wire and cutter machine, it can do thousands of wires in hours, literally, but I can't stamp thousands of wires in hours.
Yeah.
Maybe I could if I just had a stamping day or something like that, but
looks like
it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and you know, it looks so nice after it's all done. So
it does.
I enjoy doing it, but it is a lot of work, and it's been a little hectic for the last 2-3 weeks with the move and everything else, with making these cables and just, you know, doing some orders, and then just getting specifications for the Octo server and stuff like that. So it was really cool.
Yeah. Goat is also asking if you make can you make other wires like the 20+4 motherboard and the 8-pin CPU cables as well?
Yeah, so I can make anything that has to do with a male or a female end, because I have both of them through Molex. That's due to 24 pins, 8 pins. I can make all of that. The thing that we're working on is because a lot of people wanted a jumper for the 24 to 24, right? Into one power supply, ATX power supply. The thing that I see is that I probably be fine doing 18 gauge, but there's some wires that are doubled. That's the only issue that I'm having, that I would have to do a lot of R&D to do 18 gauge on that, because on the 24 pin. because it's not pulling that much wattage to begin with. But I could do anything. Well, basically, I'm King. I'll just give King the wires, so because I made those special wires. You can see right there, Mike. If you zoom in to the the 6+2 pins, they're in orange, all the way on the top where it says 8-pin. Was this? Yeah, right there. Just like, yeah, right there. Yeah, those actually are King's wires. I haven't sent them out, and I apologize. So those are King's wires. That is a 10-pin to two 6+2 pins. So for 2 GPUs, because that's specific. So if you have a wire schematic and something that's proven, I can emulate that, or I can make things work, just as long as it makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't forget you, King. I just it's there. I'll hand it in person, and I'll give you some more.
Yeah, they're making good points in the chat here, about proof of useful work and AI and all this stuff that is going to be using full TDP on the cards. So that's really where I think these wires will shine. I've used these wires for a long time. I don't know when we started working together, Dave, but I swapped over some of these wires over to, I think it was the 3070 Ti's, and those things I was running them at like 220 watts on Ethereum. And I don't know why, not an overclocking genius, but these wires were just ice cold the entire time. Never had an issue with them. And I think that's going to kind of come back, with proof of useful work and AI. Right now, everyone's, we're on kind of like low power usage algorithms, and the tuning is fine tuned and everything. But I know I'm personally switching over to all your cables from my EVGA. I have a bunch of the 1600 watt PSUs. And I think that's that the cables that GPURisers has from TVM is those are all for EVGA. So
yeah, EVGA cables.
Yeah. So I'm going to be switching over. I know DJ was asking a little bit. Yeah, he's asking. No one told me what they're mining. I'll switch over to I have Hive up here. I have 2 farms in Hive. I have my main one, which is down here. It's all open air rigs. Then I have one at Terra Hosting, but this is my all these are open air, and the reason I'm saying this is these are all going to be converted over to proof of useful work or AI or whatever it is, meaning that I'm going to probably sell all these cards, which are mainly 3070s. I have 63080s and 65700 XTs, but I'm going to swap these out with server grade motherboards and everything like that, and switch over to maybe 3 to 4 higher end cards, ones with more tensor cores that are do well with AI. And that's when I'm gonna be really kind of pushing those cards and pushing the power supplies. So I'm going to be switching all these over to your cables, Dave, because with that kind of TDP, you really have to be careful with what you're using. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. There's gonna be a lot of cables. Each one of these has a 1600 watt power supply on it. Mining King saying, just say you're getting 4090s. I don't know. Yeah, probably. I would like a bunch of like rigs, maybe 3 4090s on a single rig. There's so much up in the air, right? I'm kind of waiting for it right now.
I have a question, Mike.
Yeah.
So those 4090s, right? Does that have that 12 pin or something connector?
Yes, it does, and I think it connects to like 3 8-pins. It goes.
I would wait, because I know there's information. Remember, I was telling you about we talked about it. Like, maybe is it possible that I would make that connector and everything else? And I was like, well, they have problems. From my understanding, I think NVIDIA is redesigning that cable, that connector.
Yeah.
There's 2 different types of connectors. I'm trying to remember this. I might be botching it, but there's 2 different types of connectors. The one that I use is a very, very commonly used one. That basically, there's just 2 little dots on each side that makes the full connection when it goes in, right? Let's not get off context. It goes in, whatever. You got 2 little dots. But there's another NK something is another type of worldwide connector that's made. It's more expensive, but then when you slide in the pin, it has almost 80% of connectivity. But it's more expensive, right? So why is this the way it's designed? Because it's like it comes out like this, and basically it fits in very, very snug. So that is the problem, that they're using the basically the standard connector that you shouldn't have any problems, but they are having problems because they're putting so much friction on the cable itself. Well, that's supposed to eliminate it, and then basically the 3 sense pins, the ground pins
Hmm.
on the graphics card, they're going to make those shorter, meaning that if it does come out a little bit, it's gonna basically black screen the your video,
Hmm.
knowing that you have a basically a loose connection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know that they have
it's like
just
a
tons of
fail safe.
problems with them now.
Yeah,
But
so it's probably going to be in a 5 series. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they're going to, unless they're going to start doing like a V2 or V3 or something like that.
mm,
Maybe a V2 that you'll have those new connections.
it looks like Cape Cod Crypto said they're going to a single vendor for the cable with which clamps versus the pins. Second TL Mining said that he thinks that they already changed it. Basically, has a shorter sensor connector.
Yeah, it's a shorter sensor connector, and then basically the pins itself are going to be N something design that basically what we have as a standard is perfectly fine, right? But they're changing the other end on it. So
Yeah.
and hopefully that'll roll out, and then once that's proven, then I'll probably go into the space and possibly make cables for it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't get into something that basically a manufacturer is manufacturing these cables, and they're a leader. They have more engineering and R&D than I can even dream of, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. I'll let them figure it out first. Then I can go back.
Yeah, the factory that GPURisers uses for their wires, the 18 gauge splitters, the single 8-pin to dual 8-pin, they have these splitters already being made for the 12-pin on it, but it's I think we had this conversation before. It's like, why would you really need it when every GPU comes with it already? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I guess the quality is getting better and better on them. The aftermarket ones. But let's see.
I wanted to address Kiko Trace says something. Is having the cable straight is beneficial for performance or just cosmetic? Well, the straighter the cable, the less friction or the less twists and turns that you're putting. Basically, it's a matter of how much abuse are you putting on that terminal, right, on the cable itself. That's really what it amounts to. So, already out the box, if the way I design my cables aren't twisted and have friction, because any of those wires, right, they're twisted, the little pins are going to be twisted in the little plastic connector and could cause issues.
Yeah.
So I try to eliminate everything and make everything it does take time, right? And you have a manufacturer, so let's just say you go spend whatever $200,000-$300,000 on a machine that does from start to finish what I do by hand. That machine is not going to be able to be calibrated to make sure that when it pushes the pins in and everything else, or even know if the pins are pushed in correctly. It's just a matter of ones and O's, right? So they design it, they engineer the machine to do what it needs to do, and then basically there's going to be a certain tolerance or a certain percentage that fail, right, Mike? That's major production. That's just like anything else that does, you do in major production. So, I guess on the plus side, I don't have any failures, and if I did something, I catch it before it goes to the consumer.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be the plus, and something that's made in America, and it's all good.
Yeah. Blue Dragon said Gamers Nexus covered the new redesign that is rolling out. Okay, I'll check that video out. Yeah, maybe it's worth waiting a little bit.
I want to look at it too.
I'm not sure. DJ Mines said 5000 series better not suck. I would be really, really surprised if 5000 series doesn't get delayed. It seems like, it's just my opinion, but I've probably been building computers since 2008, 2010, kind of around there. And it always seemed like new games would come out, and then you would always need a high-end, graphics card to be able to play that. But, at 4K and stuff, like I was talking to someone about this the other night. I'll hop on with some friends and play Warzone, and I max everything out at 4K. Ray tracing, 60 frames a second, and everything like that with a 3090 Ti. And, going up to a 4090, I was thinking about it the other day, like if I swapped it out, there would be no difference. And a lot of people, you know, aren't even gaming at 4K right now. I guess, you know, to get the really high frame rates at 1440p and stuff, but I just can't imagine NVIDIA kind of doing, you know, a 5000 series anytime soon. You know, kind of hit the point where I feel like with gaming and stuff like that, that it's, you know, I don't know. I haven't played any game where the 3090 Ti can't, you know, hold up to it. So I don't know. I feel like they're going to be kind of, they're going to push back the 5000 series. There's not really a reason to do it right now. Because I know the 4090 is really big with AI guys, you know, people that are into that field. So they'll probably be selling a lot of those. Let's see what else is saying. Let's see, Chili. We went the 18 gauge since our testing. It had better thermals. 16 gauge cable doesn't bend as well and can't be organized as well, so it blocked more airflow. And 18 gauge in that spec. Yeah.
Right. So let me so I'll touch on that. So on the pictures, basically, so I saw them like basically it's like they have the flat cables and they're together from my understanding on the Octo server, right? What I did was I specifically built when I was making those cables, when I was telling you that I was switching the pins on the opposite side. So instead of having your normal cable that you know how both ends are on the same side, right? Hold on one second. Let me see. Let me explain this because I put a lot of thought into this. Okay. So typically, hold on. Let me see. Let me get it a little closer over here. All right. So when you get your cables, let me see if you can see that. Okay. So when you get your cables, they're both like that on both sides, right? But the way I engineered it, because it's so short, instead of having that and then basically having to, let's say they're on the same side like this, right? Let me explain this. So like that, and then basically if you need to put it into the GPU, right? And you're twisting it like this or like this to get it into the GPU, that doesn't make sense to me anyway. So on the Octo server, it's already face down like this. Hold on. So you plug it in like this. That's how it gets plugged in, just like that. So on the opposite side, and not to twist the cable, the opposite side comes up like this. So one's upside down and one's right side up already to cause less friction, the way I designed the cable. So this is all the whole thought process, Mike, when I was making the cables. And I was like, you know, this kind of makes sense, how short it is.
Yeah.
How much heat, basically just anticipating how much heat's going to be in this Octo server, right? So these are all the things that I took into consideration when I designed that cable. So
yeah, Goat is asking also, what was the first cable you built? Sorry.
First cable.
Made to pair with, I think it was the EVGA power supplies, right?
No. I made cables like when I first made the channel, I was making cables for myself when I was mining. I was doing everything by hand. So my first cable I made was for a 6-pin server PSU 6-pin to a 6+2 pin, and I soldered the two grounds together. And then I started making EVGA cables because I had EVGA power supply. I started making those cables for myself by hand as well. I think, yeah, there's actually by hand, Red Panda Mining has handmade cables. Chump Change has handmade cables. Handmade meaning that start to finish. Like I measured the wire by hand. I cut the wire. I cut like 3 millimeters on each side of the wire. Not like there was no machinery involved at all. My hands were the machinery. Basically, I did everything from start to finish.
Yeah.
And some other content creators that actually have handmade cables for me. And then basically we went like the industrial machines for productivity and basically the business and everything else.
Yeah.
So I have been doing this for a pretty long time now. And it's just really nice because it's easier to engineer things when you have the proper machinery and just capabilities. Yeah. So it's pretty cool though. I'm excited.
Yeah. Let's see, with Mining King, you need a Buick radiator for the custom loop on 1049s. Yeah, you would need something huge. I feel like that is just gonna bake in those, but I don't know, those turbos are the what are they called, blower style cards for the 49s. It might work well. Second TL veteran miner, what part of making cables do you enjoy and then hate the most? That's a good question.
I enjoy the finished product. What I really hate the most, sometimes the stamp machine, it gets off centered, and basically I have to take the whole cover off and I have to recalibrate it. So that's what I hate the most. Like when you're trying to like stamp and then basically making sure that everything is perfect every single time. That's the only thing I hate the most, is just when that stamp machine just basically just gets uncalibrated for no particular reason. Of course, when you really need to like do something that needs to get like time frame wise, that's what I hate.
Yeah. And then Crypto Craig is asking, how's the new place?
New place is great, Crypto Craig. Really love it. Doing a heck of a lot of work there, let me tell you. I'm gonna be doing a video. I'm gonna try to do a video there before I leave to Mining Disrupt, just basically like a catch up with everything. But it's really nice. It's like there's so many things because I'm there now, full time, and I like when I'm working, I'm always looking around because I have all different types of sleeving, all different types. Maybe I'll just make extensions, right? Just extension cables for like your own personal computer, that it doesn't matter what power supply you have. Maybe you just want a different color or something like that. There's so many things, that I'm able to do. That's what's exciting.
Bacon, Eggs, and Hash is asking, how big is the new place?
So the new place is close to like 700 square feet. It's definitely smaller than the other place, but this place is a fully functional place. So,
you get air conditioning.
you have AC, I'll have heat. I can mine there if I wanted to, but right now it's just been really, really hot, and I'm gonna have to do there's actually a 220 plug there that's ready to be used and everything else, because commercial place was in there, like another CNC shop was in there commercially, and so it's pretty cool. So but the electricity is not so good there. So
yeah,
it would be like for personal, just a little bit of personal, nothing, any scaling or anything like that.
So I guess that answers Chili's question when you're setting up hosting at the new warehouse.
Yeah, I wish it would be cool, but yeah. So as of right now, we're just we're moving right along. It's exciting, and
Nice,
before you
nice.
know it, it's just like, yeah, we're going to Mining Disrupt right next week, Mike, and then right there, you have the Flux.
Yeah,
Cypherpunk, man. It's just like it's right around the corner. I feel now, because I felt like we were talking about such a long time ago about Mining Disrupt, and then Cypherpunk, and now everything's just coming quick. So
yeah, it's gonna be a busy next couple months. It's
yeah,
it's gonna be a lot. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash. That was my next question with the electricity. I guess it's not so great there, but Chili looks like he's excited to see everyone. Yeah, Chili's gonna be awesome. DJ Mines, 5 days. Yeah, it's crazy that like literally everyone's going. I wonder how it's gonna go. I mean, is everyone kind of doing the itinerary, like the pre-party or the I guess it would be the pre-party, and then it looks like everyone, like they said that they're going to a club or something. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but the thing is, it's kind of hard, with such large groups of people, especially in Miami. It's like, 30 people can't just like show up at a restaurant. You know what I mean? But yeah, Goat says, nah, I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah, I'm kind of on that boat too. Chili, we need to all get on a chat and figure this out. Yeah, probably, especially if we want to have like a get together. I know Retro Mike has like a room there or something, but if we're gonna go out and get dinner or something like that, or even just go to like a bar, should probably plan ahead a little bit with such a big group of people. But it's exciting. It's gonna be you're here for a while too, Dave. Dave's he's flying in Monday. I'm gonna pick him up, and then I guess we're going down there Monday, and then Tuesday. I think when we planned this, we thought Tuesday is going to be part of the conference, but it's not. So Tuesday we're going to be hanging out in Miami, and then we're leaving Thursday with the Mining King, and we're going to be going up to Melbourne for a while and show Dave our crazy data center there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then we're going to be up there for a little bit, and yeah, it'll be fun. I know Mining King. It's so weird calling him Mining King, but Mining King is going to be installing the networking stuff at Terra. So we're actually moving. Right now at Terra in Melbourne, we have all the GPUs hosted there, but we don't have any news yet. But we will be likely moving all the GPUs out soon. We're working on another facility right now. Actually, possibly 2 facilities. So I'm not going to leak anything, King. Don't worry. But we're thinking of like maybe doing 2 facilities, one for ASICs, one for GPUs. But we have to plan it a little bit. But so yeah, long story short, it's going to be a busy couple months, Dave. Because I think the week after Mining Disrupt, might be when we're moving GPUs. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's possible. So that's going to be a long week. But yeah, hopefully we have some good news to give out. And then also at the same time, like I said, King is going to be doing the networking and everything like that. I was up in Melbourne Tuesday, and Lumen was there again. I've never seen internet installation like this. This is crazy. We ordered it on like mid-December, and they've been there probably like 20 times. And they have to do all these tests, and every time they talk to me, it's like they think that they're talking to someone that knows what they're saying, and so I just have to kind of nod. I actually called King while they were there, saying like they're talking about this, and I don't know what this is. So, but hopefully we'll be up and going that next weekend, or the week while you're up there, Dave. I know King's going to be drinking Coors Light, doing networking, so. That'll be interesting, and then we can start getting this whole data center node side going. So we're gonna have Flux nodes. So we're starting with, I think we'll have Nimbus and Stratus available at start. Might be like a week later, but we're gonna have a bunch of Cumulus nodes starting, and I think you guys announced the pricing. We're gonna be doing Cumulus nodes for $10, so it will be the cheapest Cumulus node hosting that you can get in the world from major hosting providers. But Nimbus will, I think, be 40, and then I don't know Stratus. But yeah, it's gonna be a long couple weeks, Dave. So me and you have to be there with King, and we'll just be motivation. We'll just be there for emotional support while he's doing the networking. Absolutely. And then we can go see a rocket launch or something. And Melbourne's an interesting city, so it's an
old city, right?
Yeah, it's weird. I spent like all January there, like pretty much every day when King was in town, setting the whole place up, and it's like it's all defense contractors. So it's like, L3 Harris is there, Grumman's there, a bunch of aerospace companies. But I mean, the work time there is like 7 a.m. to like 3. It seems 3 or 4, and then there's rush hour for an hour, and then it's just quiet. The whole city is shut down by 10. So it's interesting. So let's see, bacon, eggs, and hash. Is that a promotional offer, or will it be a regular price? It's going to be a regular price. So we haven't really decided any promotional stuff for the data center side, but we're also setting up Melbourne as, the data center with like servers, node hosting, all that kind of stuff, and doing colos if people want to colo their stuff. But it's also going to be an AI and proof of useful work facility. So we are going to have, I would say half the facility kind of dedicated to that. So we are going to be coming up with some kind of hosting structure or something like that for people that want to do proof of useful work. So if you're whether you have an open air rig that's doing it, or you have a Octo server doing it, we are going to be able to host that stuff and offer, you know, fiber for you to be able to do that, because I know a lot of these do require, you know, a lot more internet usage than just regular mining. So, yeah, no, it will be a standard price for Cumulus nodes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I noticed that there's, you know, a lot of people, I guess, are, you know, hesitant to host nodes at their home and stuff like that, because there's some, you know, security issues. They are supposed to be, I guess, enterprise nodes. So hosting them in a data center is, you know, safe. It like isolates the network and everything like that. So King is going to be in charge of that. I know he's been having a lot of fun with it recently. So, but yeah, no, just going to be a long couple months.
Oh yeah, good stuff though. Moving forward.
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Bacon Eggs Nash can't get the upload here. Yeah, that was that's always the problem with nodes. You know, or a lot of these different things is you're gonna need upload speed, and I know a lot of the AI side too. I'm not sure with proof of useful work, but when you know, when you're benchmarking or getting a rating for your rig, you know, it takes into account, you know, upload and download and puts a score for that. So it will be important. And I'm just kind of interested how we're going to do it at Terra with, you know, these Octo servers, because we have all the server cases, you know what I mean? We could fill these things up. We have tons of them, you know, rack them up and do it that way. But that's a lot of power per rack. So we'll probably space it out a little bit. And do it that way. So QoS GPURisers, quality of service, or is that QoS where you limit the upload and download per switch or per machine? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we will let everyone know when we figure out the proof of useful work, because I know that that's something that a lot of people are getting involved in, and traditional hosting facilities can't really host that stuff. They don't have the networking infrastructure for it. So, I mean, they might be able to host a couple of it, but they wouldn't be able to, you know, give you a dedicated, you know, up and down. And, you know, also some of these require, you know, individual IPs. So that's a big thing as well, because a lot of these hosting facilities don't have IP blocks and stuff like that to be able to give that out. So,
well, you have a legitimate data center. You know?
Yeah. This internet is like it's.
Yeah, that's what a data center needs. To, and basically they build the infrastructure around the internet and make sure that it's secure. Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot to that needs to be done to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. So,
yeah. Mining
King's been, guys, man.
Yeah, he's been working a lot on all of that. It is crazy. This internet stuff is things I've never seen. I don't know if I could post pictures of all the stuff that they've been putting in, so I just haven't. But yeah, I guess Mining King was talking about if he wants to come on, jump on, Jared, if you want to talk about it. But the MikroTik stuff, from my understanding, is they're really big into like wireless stuff, so you can have, you know, point to point with wireless. And, you know, if we wanted to at Terra, we could even become like an internet service provider. You know, for all the neighbors there and everything like that, we could become like a provider for them, because we can allocate IPs to their, you know, WISP. WIS. What does the W mean, King? I don't remember. Wireless internet service. Okay, yeah, that's... Okay. But yeah, we could become like a, you know, wireless internet service provider, which is, it's just nuts, the internet that's going in here. So it's that's because, you know, we're starting with 10 gigs, but it's on a actual, I know we said 100 gig line, but I was talking to the Lumen Tech the other day, and he said it's up to 400 is what we can get with that equipment in there, with our line that was tunneled in and everything like that. So I don't know. It's just there's gonna be a lot of possibilities with it, but this AI proof of useful work and everything, you know, needing IPs and, you know, nodes needing IPs and all this kind of stuff. You know, I think it'll work out. We're really excited with getting it up and going. We've been waiting since, like I said, mid-December. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while.
Yeah.
Finally, getting it to the end, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, we've been working real hard there. You know, it's just a lot of balls in different courts. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Crypto Craig, 400 gig internet is big PP internet. Yes, it is. It's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna wait till King gets down here, but hopefully we can share like photos of it and stuff like that. They have like this guard that goes over it, like a big, I don't know. So I think you could take photos of it, but I don't want to be the guy that takes a photo and it's like, wasn't supposed to do that. But yeah, because I know that these, I'm not sure, is proof of useful work, at least on Flux's proof of useful work, are they going to require anything with IPs or anything like that, King? Or can you just have a whole bunch of them clustered together on a single IP? Is it kind of like their nodes? No. Okay. Yeah, we had this one client who's into the AI stuff, like let's see, all port forwarding from initial logs. Okay. But we have this one client that's real into this AI stuff, and I talk to him, pretty often about it. And all of his machines, each one requires its own IP. So that's why he has trouble, hosting these things at his house and stuff like that, because he can really only have one at each house. I think he has a couple like rentals and stuff that he puts them in, but yeah, I wonder how other data centers are going to kind of handle this. I know that there's, of course, AI machines at data centers and stuff like that already. So, but I don't know. A lot to figure out, Dave. A lot to figure out.
Oh yeah, I mean, so it's just that basically they have, like I was saying, they have to build their infrastructure around what's going on or what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, now you have to take in consideration the cooling aspect now.
Yeah.
So you have a data center that's running, functioning, and they're doing whatever they do as their data center. For instance, like somebody that has a data center, right? But basically, you just can't just add a bunch of equipment in there, even if you have the infrastructure, if you can't cool it down efficiently. So there's a lot involved.
Yeah.
To get it running and being efficient, because you need to keep it cool.
Yeah.
It has to stay cool. It's not like you just, your mining machines, you just throw the air on there and stuff like that. And, this is running hot.
Yeah.
This stuff is like, it's like, I guess, equivalent or even worse than like, I guess like PoUW, right? PoUW runs really, really hot.
Mm.
I mean, it's just going to be, it's going to be a learning curve if people are going to entertain this and not know about it, right? Let's just say they have just not like you guys, right? I'm saying like a regular data center that want to entertain this and everything else.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be a learning curve for sure.
Yeah, it will be. And
you guys already understand like what's going on. You understand the infrastructure. You understand like how everything is supposed to take place and what you need to be done. But I'm saying like other companies that are just not even in the crypto space or anything like that, and just like, oh, AI,
Yeah, they're gonna have
I'm
to
sure,
redo a lot.
This AI is not new, but it's just that now the cards and everything else, there's so much more available as the days go on, and basically causing more heat.
Yeah.
Higher TDPs now that are able to be allocated, more wattage that's able to be allocated to run these systems now. So it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as time goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, and the cooling is definitely our limitation now. That's we have more power, but we're not going to be able to cool it. Unless we add more AC. But throwing AC at mining machines is kind of just it's not the right way to do it. These things really should be passively cooled. And in Melbourne right now, we are at capacity. Our cooling capacity is maxed out. I mean, it's cool in there. You could definitely work in there and stuff like that. But it's running all the time. And so we kind of have to get the GPU mining out of Melbourne to then be able to host proof of useful work and AI and everything like that. So and then we're gonna of course hit that limit again. But the actual servers, like the Cumulus nodes and stuff like that, those Blade servers, those aren't gonna. It's a little different when there's not fans blowing shit everywhere. An Octominer has heat, and it's blowing all the heat all over the building, whereas our Cumulus node rack, all these Blade servers, the heat will kind of sit on the rack a little bit more. It's not blowing all the heat everywhere and getting everything hot. So I think we'll be okay, with that. But we do have to watch out for these AI and proof of useful work rigs.
Yeah.
And from my understanding too is they'll switch between. It's the same. I actually I don't know for proof of useful work, but the AI side, they'll get a job and it might last an hour, it might last a day, it might last a month. But when it's not doing that, it's kind of just idling. But so it's going to be switching between like just say 800 watts of idling with a bunch of 4090s to 6500 watts at full bore. So it's you
Right.
can't like you don't want to go over. You don't want to have, if your cooling capacity is 100,000 watts, you don't want to have these things spike up and get super hot and then go down. So I don't know, it's going to be kind of a weird thing. It's not constant like the mining rigs are right now. So Chili said it's going to switch between mining and PoUW. Yeah, that's what I figured with it. But will it have overclocks? Like, will it set overclocks for the mining algorithms when it switches back? I mean, I guess it would have to, right? Everyone would just turn it off if it didn't. I have a feeling cards will need to be repasted. Yeah, probably. But yeah, so we kind of have to like. Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
It's okay. No, yeah, when you're doing a proof of use of work with flux, right, and then you're mining, it's a switch.
Yeah.
So it'll just switch automatically over once the job is done or it hasn't taken you anywhere, and it just it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's never going to be, I guess, stagnant, but like the algorithm is not aggressive. Flux is not aggressive, so like that's great. So like you just allocate. Okay, obviously this is going to be an AI rig. I mean, a proof of use of work rig, right? So, it's not going to be working as hard, but it's still going to be working.
Yeah. It's definitely
compared to AI.
Yeah. It's going to be
AI
hard
shuts
to
off basically. So if you have a job, it's working hard as hell, just like proof of use of work, right? But then it's just going to basically stay stagnant. It could be for hours. It could be 6 hours, 8 hours, depending what type of rig it is, depending how it's getting picked up, right? Or it could just be on now. You have to take, like, it's a double-edged sword. You have to take the good with the bad. So like if this AI rig is just on constantly for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week doing a big job or something like that, and then shuts off for a couple hours, then goes right back on there.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, you have to allocate like worst case scenario at all times and then basically work from there.
Yeah, that's kind of how we're going to have to do this. So, I mean, just using 100,000 watts as like an example, we're going to have to, when a customer comes in and let's just use an Octo server as an example, this thing can max out at 5,000 watts. We just have to assume it's going to be 5,000 watts because we can't just assume it's going to be idling or jump down to 2,500 watts because, the cooling will be, the whole building will have issues with the cooling. And then that also comes into like a question from a business standpoint as a hosting, provider for this stuff. For crypto mining, the Octominers are pretty simple. GPU mining is pretty simple. You're just mining an algorithm, and we can calculate the electric usage from that. But for this stuff, it's kind of like we're gonna have to do some kind of different model with it, and we have to formulate that. We don't have anything planned yet or set in stone yet. But if for instance an AI machine is just idling at 800 watts, and then it's and I know the proof of useful work switches between mining, but a lot of these AI guys, it just sits idle and then it picks up a project and then it sits idle. But we're also going to have we'll have the cooling capacity and we'll also have the electrical capacity. But if a 6,000 watt AI rig is only using just say 800 watts for like a couple days, it's kind of a waste on our end to have that happen. You know what I mean? Because then we're only going to be billing the client for 800 watts, and so we kind of have to figure out something because we have to block off 6,000 watts for them. You know what I mean? And we have to block off 6,000 watts of cooling capacity for them. So it's something that we got to figure out. Crypto Craig said need bandwidth charge as well. Yes, we are going to have a couple different options. Chili, are you able to charge based on usage per machine? Yeah, that's kind of how we do it now, right? We base it on per machine, but with this kind of stuff, it's these are very expensive machines as compared to mining rigs. Mining rigs are expensive, but from my understanding, these AI rigs are very, very expensive. Some of these are 25, 30 grand per rig. So we have to kind of formulate something. We can't just do electrical usage. We're probably going to have some kind of, the bandwidth usage will have like tiers. I think that's how we're going to do it. If your AI rig wants, 100 up and down, then you can have that. Or if you have multiple AI rigs, what we can do is we can have, you guys, like if you have 5 of them, for instance, and you want 500 up and down split amongst those 5, we can have something like that. So we will be doing different bandwidth charges for that. And I think, I don't know, King's the one to talk to about that. An IP charge as well for IPs. Yeah, there's going to be something like that. So there's going to be a couple charges, and it's not nickel and diming the client. It's just it's figuring out something that works because, like I said, if these things drop down to 800 watts and they're just sitting there, but we have to save 6,000 watts for them, and they're not picking up projects for whatever AI thing they're doing, that's not good from a company perspective. So there has to be something. Sounds like you have some testing ahead. Yeah, we do have some testing. We got to figure this out, and we were thinking of maybe just charging the full TDP of the rig, but that's not fair to the people hosting it. So I don't know. We got to figure out something. We'll be able to track and monitor the power usage, but yeah. It also does seem like these things are profitable. I don't want to use numbers or anything, but they're a lot more profitable than mining is right now. So, if someone had to pay for, an IP address for it, and then they had to pay for, dedicated internet for it, and then they had to pay, a kilowatt rate, just say at 15 cents, that's what it is in Melbourne right now for GPUs. That's like not a problem for them at all. Like a lot of these AI, I mean, of course, everyone wants the electrical usage to be down, but they're more concerned about security, how the facility's laid out. And a lot of them have open air frames where they can't host these in data centers. So maybe the answer for that is just charging like a flat fee, or, not a flat fee, but, a very high kilowatt hour rate, maybe somewhere near 20 cents and kind of include the internet with that. And so that we're still making a higher margin when it's not when it's idling, but it's kind of like a premium, of 5 cents per kilowatt, because we have to allocate that power for that rig, whether it's using it or not. Let's see. They still have the IP and bandwidth blocked off in the event of a job. Yeah, that's the thing is, it's not mining 24/7. It's not like doing a job 24/7. If it was, then it would be easy to do this, to calculate. But we have to charge based on what they can use because we have to reserve that. I know I probably said that about 20 times already. Couldn't you meter the power usage per unit and just charge based off that? Yeah, we can ARC script on mining, but like I said, it's we have to guarantee that rig just say 6,000 watts. And so if it's only using 800, it's still, from a business perspective, that's, 5,200 watts that we could be using for another client, but we can't use that because we have to have that allocated for that one machine. Mining King Vast.ai. Yep. That's what a lot of these, I think, guys are using. It'll come to you, real quick what not to do, so you'll be able to make adjustments as you go. One step at a time, it'll come together. Yeah, no, I appreciate the kind words, bacon, eggs, and hash. It's a lot of moving variables with this stuff, and we don't want to, overpromise and underdeliver on it. But it'd be kind of one of those things where they, on the website right now, you just have an ASIC hosting deposit or you have a GPU hosting deposit. I think it would kind of just be like a bunch of drop-down menus, like what you want, like a la carte. And, if you want to save a little bit of money, maybe only put a little less internet, for your setup. King said they could have a job for 3 months straight and then no job for 1 month. Yeah, that's the problem. I feel like we will come into problems with that with some customers. Like, whoa, why is this charge this? And it's just going to have to be something that we kind of explain. And we still hold the 6,000 watts no matter what. Yep, King. Yep. We'll figure out something. I see what you're saying. You're allowing a huge overhead just in case. Yeah. That's the thing is you don't know. You don't know what they're going to be doing. It could sit idle for days.
Right. And that's just a chance that they have to take. I mean,
Yeah.
as a consumer, right? I mean,
Yeah.
a business is business. You have to allocate a space. Basically, this space costs a certain amount of money. This usage costs a certain amount of money. This is what you say that you're capable of using. So basically, has to be situated that way. Then, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. I know, we always, all of us want to try to do as best as possible because, yeah, it would suck a whole week, right? They're not utilizing anything, but it's, what is that space? That space, basically you're renting that space out
Yeah.
every and you're renting the amount of wattage out for, to allocate that heat dissipation when it's being used,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
That's
many
the thing is,
parameters, man.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be times where we walk in and it's kind of cool in the facility, like, oh wow, it's really, and then there'll be times where it's a little warmer and
Yeah.
everything like that. So, if we had a monster facility, where we could just have all these things hooked up, then that's okay. You can have fluctuations and everything because you have the digital real estate or whatever that's there. But we're limited to X amount of watts and X amount of cooling capacity. And a lot of these things, all the mining facilities like ASICs and the big GPUs hosting and stuff like that, it's passively cooled in areas with, high quality air and it's filtered and stuff like that, but it's passive cooling. Whereas stuff like this is more data center side. You don't really want this to be passively cooled. You want it to be like, air cooled with either a chiller or traditional air conditioner.
Right.
So I know someone mentioned SoxFan96, any word on the Flux nodes being offered? Yes, we are. I pulled this up. Is it on here, King? I think, yeah, Mike put it here. Okay. We're doing Cumulus nodes for $10, Nimbus for $40, and Stratus for $80. I believe the Nimbus and Stratus are pretty competitive too, compared to a lot of these other hosting providers. And the Cumulus node is going to be the cheapest you can get. So we will be doing that. Crypto Craig, you have to plan for the worst case on power and heat for sure. Yeah, that's why it's just we want to make something that's fair. We're not trying to nickel and dime customers and everything like that, but we can't have 1 month where if we're just charging electrical costs, we can't have 1 month where we can't cover overhead. You know what I mean? Because 80% of our capacity is not being used, and so Patrick Murphy, high quality H220. Yep. 8 ARCs crypto money. Yeah, I think it was of it as a subscription, King. You pay for Netflix. If you don't use it, then you don't use it. Yeah, that's really what I guess it's going to come down to. We're going to have to figure something out, but it won't be hard to figure out. You just got to sit down and think about it for a while, right, Dave?
That's it.
Yeah.
Just have to sit down, think about it, put it all together, execute it.
Yep.
Like you guys have been doing. So easy peasy. You got your work cut out for you, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's I don't know. It'll be. We also have to kind of anticipate, as a business. I mean, it's no surprise that the actual server hosting, like the 1U servers, 2U servers, like that's really going to be the bread and butter. Because you can have like one 42U rack filled with blade servers that are all rented out, spliced up into VMs or whatever it is, and each one of those racks can generate a lot of revenue as a company. Because I think one rack, we have like half a rack of, and we're gonna be able to have like, I think King said like close to 200 Cumulus nodes just on one rack. Whereas these proof of useful work rigs, and the Cumulus nodes will probably use around 4,000 watts, probably around that if they're all full bore. So, that rack will generate a lot more revenue than a proof of useful work or AI rig that might be right next to it. So we don't want to max out our full cooling capacity, our full electrical capacity right off the bat with all this stuff. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Bacon, eggs, and ash, start crunching the balance sheets, get your fixed assets and short-term liabilities figured out. Yeah, that's kind of why we're doing these the nodes at pretty aggressive prices. We also are partnered with Flux, so we will be hosting Titan nodes with them. Those are just they've been built. They're sitting there waiting to be lit up. So we're trying to cover the cost of the internet as soon as possible and kind of get that filled up. So and we will be able to get better pricing as it goes. Like I said, we're 10 gigs on a 400 gig circuit. So when we can go up to 20 gigs, and then the price will go down. And then of course the Cumulus node will probably stay the same. Honestly, $10 is kind of like just to get kind of people, coming in, and I know that this whole community is real big on Flux and stuff like that. So, and we have them there ready to go. So figure that out. King says lots of Coors Light. It helps with thinking. Yeah, it's the buffalo theory. It's they say drinking it kills the brain cells, but it'll kill the slowest brain cells. Which if it kills the slowest ones, like the buffalo theory, if you kill those, the older and weaker buffaloes, the herd overall is stronger. You know what I mean? So it's
what a theory.
Yeah. Yeah, King's a Coors Light guy. He likes those Blue Mountains. I'm a Miller Lite guy. I don't know. Actually, I do know why. It's like half the carbs is like a Bud Light or a Coors Light, and they all taste the same. I don't know.
It's all light.
Yeah. But yeah, we're excited to lower everyone's costs. That's for sure. For hosting and stuff like that, we will, have pretty aggressive hosting prices as well for proof of work. ASICs and GPUs and everything. So fun stuff, Dave. Fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to, I already so far I have the math situated to see if I can get the price down a little bit on like the cable and wires and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of the amount of bulk that I have to purchase is just, I might need just like another partial warehouse just to hold wire for the amount of wire that I'll have to, like millions of feet.
Yeah.
Literally. So like there's no like happy medium, just like, hey, what about like an entry level thing? There isn't. It's just like millions of feet of wire to actually try to get it down.
Yeah.
Cents. Try to get it down cents, so you figure it out. So like, but every cent counts, right? Each per foot. But that's the ultimate goal though. So
yeah,
it's just like, that's it's just like what I'm able to build here with the community, I pass off to the community,
Mm-hmm.
just like you guys are doing, right? Building this together. So in time, just work hard, and I'm dedicated, just like you guys are dedicated to what you guys are doing, and it's just it'll all work out.
Yeah,
definitely will.
It's kind of like consolidating a building during a bear market. That's what I did with GPURisers. It was really hard starting it up because it's kind of like now, because it's the markets are slow, profitability is low, and everything like that. But it lets you spend a lot more time. A lot of companies will pop up in a bull run. You know what I mean? They'll pop up, invest all this money, take out loans, take out all this stuff, and it's a lot of them tank. A lot of them go under because of it. But when you're building out in a bear market, it's a lot. You're a lot. I don't want to say frugal, but you're a lot more aware, on what you're doing, and you can have time to make a decision. During a bull run, it's like, I got to make this decision right now. I got to do it right now, because it's losing you money every second, by not doing it. Sox fan, is the website updated? I clicked the link, but it still shows 20 for the Cumulus node. Yeah, it's updated. What link are you clicking? Did that one? Oh yeah. Yeah, we got to change that. I'll put a note. We actually don't have these for pre-order or anything like that. So it says, right there, node service not available yet. We're waiting for our fiber to be connected. These are going to be subscription based, kind of like the R8 rentals and everything like that. So it's kind of, you're not going to get an invoice every month. It's one of those things that you subscribe to, and it just auto charges you every month. So you don't really have to worry about, making a payment. And it makes the, I deal with billing with Blue Dragon mining every month. So it makes our life a lot easier too. So we'll change that. But if you click up at the top, Sox fan, and go to services and go to node hosting, that's going to be the prices that we have. King fix it. No, it's actually Mike or Hot Crypto does the website for the most part. Terra Hosting, the Netflix of Flux nodes. Yeah. You can't auto charge crypto as a payment. Yeah, you're right, Chili. That's something that we're gonna have to think about because I'll just be honest, doing manual billing for 200 Cumulus nodes or something like that is I don't want to do that. It has to be a lot more streamlined. So we're implementing crypto payments soon. It will be a thing. It should have been a thing a while ago, but we're getting there. I don't know why. With GPURisers we had BitPay, and we still use BitPay, and it's fine. But for whatever reason, it's a little more. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, for monthly rentals and stuff like that for Cumulus nodes, what we'll probably do is offer like a year discount if if you're paying in crypto, just so that it's a yearly thing. Oh, let me in. Okay, there you are, Mike. Oh, look, we have El Jefe. What's going on, Jeffkey?
Hey.
Welcome. Did you pop on because we started talking about nodes? Oh, I don't think we can hear you, Jeffkey.
Uh-oh.
Testing. There you go.
Oh,
There we go. Mike's really low.
Is it?
No, Mike.
Oh.
I can't even hear him.
I think Mike's muted too. Look at that head of
it's
hair,
really, really
Mike.
low, Mike.
Sorry, my bad.
There we go.
My fault.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a-
we're in
to
IT. We
reset
know what
this.
we're doing, right, Hawk?
I have to reset this every time I get in the StreamYard. It's annoying, man.
Oh boy.
Ugh, sorry. So you're talking about the nodes. So the price has to be changed. There's two entities. You have to change the WooCommerce price. That's why it showed up 20. So
okay.
we'll change the price there. Mike handles the commerce side. I don't know anything about it. That's what he does the invoicing. But yeah, it's gonna be good, man. Prices are dropping, bro. It's coming. Arcs,
Soon.
crypto, and mining. What's up, man? Good to see you. It's coming. Hell yeah. I'm so excited. I can't wait to tell everybody.
Yeah.
King gets nervous every time I start talking about it. He's like, please, don't say anything. Don't say nothing yet.
Jeffkey, you excited for next week?
Yeah, I need to talk to all four of you.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. My garage is filled with Flux stuff.
Good.
Good stuff.
Good. I need a big SUV to pick it all up, I guess.
Yeah. Otherwise, help me rent one and I'll drive it down there.
All good.
Cause I don't think all of that'll fit in my Jeep.
No, I'm getting an expedition, so it'll be good.
Oh, good. Yeah, you'd be fine with
Yeah,
that.
it'll fit.
Well, probably.
They're big. They're big boy cars.
Yeah.
I used to have one. That thing was huge. It was like the Eddie Bauer. It was an older one. It was the Eddie Bauer edition.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
My grandfather had one of those.
Remember when, like, they had Eddie Bauer editions on like
Yeah.
boards and stuff. Like, man.
It's like 05, man. That's like 04, 05.
Yeah, I was like, dude. I was like,
Showing your
wow.
age.
Yeah, it's all right. It is what it is. But
So-
it's
man,
just like it was
tired.
so nice though, like the leather and everything else. And I think I even had like the manual that's like the Eddie Bauer manual and stuff like that. No.
Maybe
Anyway.
it was 2001.
It's like I think it was like a 2005 or 4 or something like that expedition. It was like an XL or something like the larger ones.
Maybe like a 99, 2000. My grandfather had one.
Yeah.
Me and Mike, or me and Hawk have a good Eddie Bauer story. You want to say it?
Oh
You wanna
my
say
God.
it, Mike?
So we were going to Indiana to look at, where more than likely the future of Terra Hosting is going to be headquartered at. And so we're getting there, we're looking at a few facilities, all this other stuff, right? But before we go, we go by Costco. We're at Costco by the facility in Melbourne. And Mike's like, oh man, look, they got these Eddie Bauer jumpsuits that we can get for like $25 or whatever it was. So Mike gets like a navy blue one. I get a black one. And we load the plane with white shirts underneath, 2 jumpsuits, 2 greaseball Italian guys walking on the plane. We looked like we were going to like do a hit or something. It was hysterical. Like Mike's got his hair slicked back. I'm in a bad mood because it's early in the morning. Like it was perfect. And we're just walking on with 2 Eddie Bauer jumpsuits like a bunch of idiots. Yeah, that's a true story.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was awful. It was terrible. Never again. I think I donated my Eddie Bauer jumpsuit.
Yeah.
I mean, they were comfortable. I'll give you that, Mike. They were comfortable, but it was a Costco jumpsuit.
Yeah, jumpsuits or tracksuits, hands down, the best travel outfit that you can have. Hands
Mike's
down.
always wearing Mike's either in flip-flops, shorts, and a t-shirt, or a jumpsuit. There is no in between.
Yeah, there's no in between. But
No in between.
yeah. So Jeffkey, I saw
Jesus.
Dan on Twitter said that he might leak some stuff or show some stuff off about all these different projects next week.
Is he?
Well, I said something about Leaky Dan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't had a minute yet to look on Twitter today or properly look at Discord and see what he all said today or did today. I'm even still working right now, so I thought I'd just hop on. Apparently, somebody was showcasing some cables, so I was kind of curious. I missed it, I guess.
Oh yeah, with the Flux ones, these.
Oh, there you go. Ooh.
All different types. Actually, there was another one too. Oh, I don't think anyone's seen that. Hold on one second. Where's the pictures? That's not finished.
I think this is the
Wonder if
Corsair
I
one,
gave
right?
him-
All right.
Huh? Yeah,
These-
that's for the Corsair power supply.
Okay.
But I think,
Oh, yeah. I see those now.
yeah, that's for the. Yeah, that's gonna be really sick. You
Those
know
are for
what?
the white case?
Yes.
Awesome.
So that's gonna. Mike, you could show the other end too. Well, those are there. That's gonna be for mining disrupt those cables there.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't show you that, Jeffkey. The rest of it. Yeah. So yeah, those 6 to 8 pins, and then actually, Mike, I'm gonna see if I can send this to you because I totally forgot about this one.
Here's the other side too. I didn't pull this one up originally.
Yeah, that's the other side because Corsair has 2 pins. That's for 1 pin, right? So basically, they bridge off. The Corsair bridges off 2 grounds. So I did the same. So I just emulated exactly what Corsair does.
How long are those cables? 10 inches? They look longer, Chili said.
No. The Corsair ones,
Yeah.
the individually sleeved, no, those are 2.5 feet.
Oh, wow.
And then basically, obviously, the Flux where it says the Veteran Miner and Flux, the long ones that are sleeved, the single sleeve, those are 2.5 feet as well. Those are the standard.
Yeah, the 10-inch was the server ones, right? These.
Yeah, I'm about to send you a picture right now. Hold on one second. Here with me right now. I have another picture. Here, hold on.
By the way, Hawk, did we win on Saturday?
Nope.
Oh,
I know. I'm sorry.
Second.
Hey, listen,
TLC
if it-
GPURisers,
We had $900 in donations last night, and I think
Oh my god. Really?
yeah, a lot of people jumped in, man. I still have to. I just got clearance on some of the money that got released from Nice Hash, so I have to do the distribution sometime tonight or tomorrow. I have everybody's information, so I'm gonna hit them up, let them know what they won. But I did get a random donation though, like in the middle of the night, like $300 came in, like in the middle of the night. So today I put it on the team silver and it hit, and I won $300 myself. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so yeah, it's it's crazy, man. It was crazy. It was so much fun. That's why I'm gonna start this like the show. I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail I created on Twitter, but I had created it.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope, and I'm gonna send it to Nice Hash, see what they say. You know, maybe send over a T-shirt or whatever. I don't care. I'm just doing it for fun. Everybody gets included, and we have a good time doing it.
Nice.
Arc, no, I didn't see it yet. I'll check it. Just give me a minute. Oh, man, my shoulder's killing me, man. This kid's getting heavier and heavier and heavier.
You look so happy, Mike.
I look happy, or he looks happy?
You both look happy. But yeah, he
Oh, yeah,
Jet looks.
I'm
good.
really happy. Come here. What the?
Has he slept at all today, or is he still staying up?
Yeah, he. All right, stop it. He fell asleep when I left.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is really, I forgot that I didn't send that to you, Mike, but those are going into the Flux server. Those are 10 inches.
How many cables is this? 20?
I don't know. I think it's like 20 there, maybe. But then I also did
It's like 22.
yeah, just like 22. But then I also did another special thing that you guys will see in the Octo server when we get there too. So
Nice.
it's pretty cool. But you can see there, you see where PSU is? You see that right there. If you actually just like maximize one thing. So basically that's the way it plugs into the server. And then if you go on the other side of it, you see how it's faced up. So I had to do the pins opposite. So basically it doesn't, there's not friction that you're not twisting it upside down to plug it into a GPU. Because the PSU upside down, that's the way the Octominer just designed the way the clip goes in. So basically I made sure that I designed my cables less friction as possible. So
so no twisting and turning.
yeah, so there's no twisting and turning. So basically it's just like you give me what I need and then basically I can make whatever would make sense. So that made sense for me. So less twisting, so basically less friction. Just overall, basically you'll take those, that'll plug in, and you just put it right there on top of the graphics card, like it was meant for. It's just gonna flow over. You guys will see there. It's gonna be really nice. So that's why it took so long. Typically you just take one cable, put like this, but basically I'd take it, flip it over, and then basically do the opposite side, and it just takes so long to do it, but it's worth it, right? I'll take the time to make sure that I'm doing something that's right, that's on the money, and not have any issues. That's just how I have always done things. So
Yeah, Orcs Crypto said nice attention to detail. Yeah, these are all the wires from Dave are. I mean, they're the nicest
these look
wires
amazing.
I've ever seen. So they're if you want the
I
best,
appreciate
this is where it's at.
it just takes my time, just like anything else, you know. Just like when we build our mining rigs, we want to take our time. You know, we're human beings. We can make a mistake. You think you seeded something correctly and you forgot, or whatever the case may be. Just we all want to take our time when we're doing when we're working on this type of stuff. It's high power stuff going on here. You know, it's easy to mess it up. So
Yeah.
He gave me a tour yesterday of his shop too. It was pretty
oh
cool.
yeah,
Virtual tour.
yeah.
Yeah, no, pretty cool.
What
Yeah, a lot
what
going
day
on.
are you getting in, Jeff Key?
Saturday.
Oh wow,
I'm coming in
okay.
early.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
me and
see
the
you at
missus.
the restaurant for dinner.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll also, is Dan getting in early too, or no?
No.
No.
Dan flies in, I think, Monday, late Monday, and flies out Friday, I believe, or Thursday evening already. Yeah, I come in Saturday and I leave Saturday, so I'm all there
Okay.
all week.
And Crypto Craig said he's coming in Monday evening. Yeah, that's when me and Dave are getting there. We'll probably be down in Miami Monday at around 4-ish, I think. 3 or
Yeah, I think
4.
that's what you were saying. Because I
Yeah.
get in the morning, so we're able to get breakfast or do whatever we have to do, catch up, and head our way over
Yeah.
to Miami on Monday. Then, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a little awkward. What I was convinced there was more to do on Tuesday as well, but yeah, it seems that just in the evening they just do a party now or something, which is kind of awkward.
No,
Yeah.
I
we're
think
in,
that's if you
we're
have
in
the
Miami.
tickets or something.
Jeff Key, we're in Miami. We'll find something to do.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Dave and I thought it was Monday was like that. We thought for some reason Tuesday
Right.
was like the first day of the expo. I don't know why.
Yeah, like we were like, okay, we have to make sure we got everything sorted out on Sunday. Monday we set up, and now it's like, okay, well, we have time now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a good
Tuesday.
thing.
Yeah, Tuesday we head in to set up everything up, and
Yeah. Crypto Craig.
guys
So,
are
so
all-
yeah, Crypto Craig. Definitely hit me up if you're not doing anything Monday night. We'll be there. and
Yeah,
chilly.
we'll
and
find something to do,
everyone,
man.
yeah,
I mean,
everyone just.
go to downtown Miami. We could walk. We go to Bayview. Like we'll go to where? We'll go to
We're gonna do Baywatch. No.
no. What's North Miami, Mike? What's the high end area over there? Bell Harbor. We'll go to Bell Harbor. It'd be nice.
Coral Gables is nice too. They have like a good
Coral
downtown.
Gables, yeah. Go to Coral Gables. Oof, man, I gotta be careful, man. I can't go certain places in Miami. Yeah, be careful.
Crypto
man.
Craig, hit me up in the DM if you can.
Snap your neck walking around.
Chili, you too. Hit me up in the DM if you can.
Yeah, maybe we could all meet up or something. And they have that's where like I mentioned before. I think people are going to a club. I probably won't do that honestly, but unless
no
everyone's
clubs,
going,
yeah.
then I'll be peer
Unless you
pressured.
guys want to go, yeah,
But-
South Beach. No, South
but-
Beach is awful.
Wynwood is nice.
Wynwood's
like,
okay. We
for
can go to Hard
breweries and
Rock.
stuff. Yeah.
You guys want to go to the Hard Rock? There's places to eat. Obviously, it's a casino.
How far is Hard Rock,
Um,
Mike, in Hollywood from Miami, where we are?
Oh, dude, what? 20 minutes?
Yeah,
25
it's not
minutes?
too bad. Yeah.
Not far. We'll just go west. Go west and jump on 441 and go north.
Yeah, I think we should do
Like-
that one night.
Is,
I'd rather
is
do
Jump
that.
Chin's
than-
coming?
No, Chump is not coming. Nope. He's not coming. Ben's not coming. And who else? Max is not coming. Max is saving his trip for Cypherpunk.
Cypherpunk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I
Chump
told
is in
Chump
the
he can come
house.
too and leave the kids at the house, at my house, like for a day or two, no problem. Like even if we had to drive an hour north, like back home, no big deal.
Yeah. Chump
So-
says, stay away from South Beach. It's like the armpit of America. Yeah, it's
It depends. Yeah, it's South Beach has gone down, but it's the north end of the beach is nice. There is a nice part of South Beach, but you got to get up near the Fountain Blue.
yeah. Yeah.
Does he have a story or something like that happened when he was over there? Some guy like punched a lady or something like that in the face.
Oh, dude, South Beach is insane on
something?
the weekends.
That
bro.
just happens
While
all
you
the
were in the
time,
car.
there, Dave.
Dude. It's,
Seriously?
dude,
Oh,
Miami
yeah,
is wild, bro.
Jesus.
Miami is wild, bro. Like, okay.
Boy.
It's gonna be so much fun. This is the only time Davey's ever gonna be happy that I carry a gun. So
Yeah, it's crazy. That's
I got
why
a brick.
driving is nuts
I
there.
got a
Everything's
brick.
crazy. It's
That's it, man.
I'm
Dave and
definitely-
I are taking the train. Actually, I kind of live close to Boca Raton, and they have a bright line that's going to go from it goes from Boca down to Miami. So we're going to take that, so we don't have to drive.
hey, even Mike
Hmm?
carries a gun. Even Mr. Vistain carries one,
yeah,
and he is not as aggressive as a person as I am.
All right, Mike, take me to the range. I'll fire some.
Oh,
rounds.
we'll go. You want to go? We'll go.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me twice, man. I'll go pull out the armory.
yeah.
Bring the AR out. Bring some shotguns. We'll go full America. I'll give you American flag hat and everything.
Awesome. Awesome. Do I
Nice.
need to
We'll get
wear
you one
the
that- what's
American
that whole
flag as
t-shirt?
or-
What's that whole T-shirt that's an American flag? I'm gonna get that for him.
America.
A gun range would be fun. They have a fun one it's a city called Davie. It's called Nexus, but it has like a
Nice.
it's
Yeah,
a whole
Nexus.
A
projector
city called
screen.
Davie. I have a
Yeah.
city named after me.
Yep.
feel very
Yeah,
much.
Davey actually, and Nexus is actually pretty cool because it's like you could take your actual firearms and you can go through simulations with them, like zombie apocalypses and target practice and
Yeah.
all types. And the sensor on the screen actually reads the bullet travel, and you can actually hit different zombies with like your real AR. It's fascinating.
It is. Pretty
really
cool,
is.
man.
It's not open carry in Florida. Eh? Only if you go fishing, I believe. Or
No,
hunting, right?
no. You even if you go fishing in Florida, don't open carry anywhere. 'Cause you're just
I've seen those
provoking
videos.
people to mess with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceal your firearm always.
They-
Geek of all trades says, "How crypto
But it
I have
is
to
an
borrow
open
a Glock
carry.
when I'm there."
It's a
No,
it
it's
is?
not.
It
No, it's
isn't?
not. Oh, it's constitutional carry.
Yeah,
North
they
Carolina
did just
is
pass
open
though
carry,
that
from my
it's you
understanding.
can conceal carry now without a license in Florida. That passed, I think. It went into
Oh,
effect
July.
the beginning of July.
Right.
Yeah, no.
I
open
wanted to
carry.
say, just jump on. That reminder. Those cables look amazing. Looking forward to them next week. Looking forward
Thank
to
you.
meeting you all next week.
Absolutely.
And yeah, all four of you hit me, or all three of you. The baby doesn't need to DM me.
He's asleep. Don't make me
he's
wake
asleep
him up,
already.
please.
But yeah, DM me. I want to ask you guys something
Okay,
All right.
for next week as well. So,
great,
Yeah.
great.
and
Whatever
any
you need.
other YouTubers that you know, we'll talk about it.
I think we're all. I mean, for the majority of the like our core group, I think
Yeah,
we're all going. I mean, BBT's going. I think the only ones out of the group like I don't think New England Crypto's going. Chump's not going. Max isn't going. I think everybody else is going.
Yeah.
As far as the misfits are concerned, I don't know. Mr. Geek of all trades, is he coming? I don't remember if he's coming.
Yeah, Goat's
I
coming.
thought so.
Goat's
he's
coming.
going.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Oh, then Mr. Goat, I'll hand you a Glock, man. No problem. Just give it back before you leave.
Chump said,
What?
if
There's
you're
nothing
lucky
wrong with that. You could do
they
that.
try to eat your face. Yeah, that's
As long as he's got a license, he can take whatever he wants.
And DJ Minds is coming. Hobbyist is coming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fun.
yeah.
There's a lot of people
Yeah,
going.
you can check it. You can check your firearm into your bag at the airport, man. Just have it in pieces in a locked case. You'll be all right. You can do that.
You just do daily rentals, right? There's probably some places in Miami that do daily rentals.
I don't think so.
Probably has the serial number scratched off and cash only, but
Yeah,
probably
no,
finds
let's not do that. All right, I
Actually.
got plenty that people, a few people could borrow.
yeah, Retro Mike is coming.
So Chump is referring to a story in Miami that happened about 10 years ago, where a guy was on bath salts, and
That's right.
he went crazy and like had this like zombie-like activity where he was like he bit like a homeless man's face or something. Apparently, like the news ran with it. That happened actually a couple of times. The bath salts went crazy. I knew a kid that I actually went to high school. His name was Ano. He's dead now. He's got shot and killed by the police. But he was on bath salts and he was like on all fours, like growling at the police. And he went to go bite an officer and they shot and killed him.
What
Yeah, Miami,
Jesus, dude.
South
That's where
Florida,
we're
I should
going.
say.
So that's where we're going.
Yeah. You guys are going down there. Yeah.
We're supposed to be excited to go over there.
Yeah, that's why I told you, man. It's
Okay.
fun, man. But Miami is fun, bro. Don't listen to the stories.
Miami is
buy
fun.
any
Yeah.
bath salts apparently.
It's great
That's it.
as long as you go from like the locations are great. It's just going between the locations is not great.
Right.
Like if you're gonna go somewhere, don't be like, oh, it's only 6 blocks. I'll just walk there. You know what I mean?
No.
Just Uber,
especially by the airport.
everywhere.
Uber or have somebody that knows the area where you're going. It's like a little bit like Iraq.
Yeah, like I right where the Brightline station is. I'm not sure how far it is from the hotel, but last time I was down there, it was during Art Basel. I didn't
Yeah.
know that, but we
Wynwood,
found that out
yeah,
once we got
Wynwood.
there. And
Oh
the
my
Chick-fil-A had like 2 guards at the door, and I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
this is great."
Our Chick-fil-A's have armed security guards in South Florida.
What?
Well, just the ones in Miami. It's some of the areas.
No, Palm Beach too.
You guys have security
Yeah.
guards up there?
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
100%. I think it's required. I think a lot of them do that because there's just people go in there asking for free food all the time, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just they had an issue. I remember getting calls like a Chick-fil-A have problems because the security guards there, like, you know, I don't know. Listen, just be careful where you're going. Ask a local. Most people in Miami are nice. I'm being honest about that. Most people here are nice. They'll tell you where and not go.
Yeah.
You know, it's like any other state. Every area's got bad areas. Miami just has a very high crime rate for per capita of people. So
Well,
you
we're
just
not
gotta
going to
like
be in
watch
small
where you're going.
groups anyway. We're going to be in
Like-
large
like-
groups most of the time
Like
anyway,
let's
so.
just say we're not going to drive through Opelika. Okay,
Right.
Let's just not going to go down there. We're just not. We're just not going. There's no reason to. Like,
Right.
you know.
Wow, you don't want to see the sights down there, Mike?
Mike? You want to take the Mustang through Opelika? Come on, we'll go together.
No, I'm good.
There's only 2 possibilities: cops or crackheads. It's the only type. That's all you're going to get.
Yeah.
Like what us driving through there. What?
Yeah. That's why I think that just getting the train is also nice. If anyone's familiar with Florida, they probably know the Brightline. It's fun. I'm
I
excited.
don't know about it. I never knew about this thing until you mentioned it, Mike.
Yeah,
and I lived
I
in
know.
Florida.
I'm
so-
really talking this up, so
Yeah,
we
you
are.
are.
Yeah, we are.
it's pretty cool though.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. See ya.
All right, Jeffkey, we'll send you a DM soon.
Send you a
Sounds
DM.
good.
All right, Jeff Key.
Bye.
Oh, I can't. I love Miami, man. It's such a great city. It's such a great city.
But we
I
should
love it.
plan like a night if everyone's down to go to. I was actually talking about that a little earlier today, to someone that I think Hard Rock would be awesome for everyone. You know, like
Yeah, Hard Rock will be nice, man. There's a lot of Hard Rock's always good. There's not a lot of like, you know, noise going on over there. There's good people. Like can have a good time. Like during the week, it's nice. The weekends, it's wild, man. Hard Rock is like every table is full. Like they're making millions on a Friday night. Like yeah, we could do Tuesday night at the Hard Rock. I think that'll be fun. Yeah.
Crypto Craig said he'd be cool with it. It's so cool here. I can
The Hard Rock is nice, man. I mean, you guys could actually stay at the Hard Rock and drive to the convention. It's not far. It's not far from the convention center. I mean, it's what, maybe 20, 25 minutes, 30 with traffic. But here's the thing. Do not get stuck in traffic in Miami. Do not. It's worse than LA. Do not get stuck in traffic in Miami. It is brutal. Mike, how long does it take to get from the beach to 95 in traffic hour?
From
2 hours? Like
in
South
Miami?
Beach back to like, yeah.
Yeah, probably. No, I mean probably
2
like an
hours
hour,
probably.
but it's bad.
It's bad. That's where I took Kristen for her birthday, right there. Hard Rock Signature Brunch at Guru.
Yeah, this is what the. Where's the?
How
That's the
far
new-
is that from where we're at the hotel?
About a half. Fair to say about a half hour.
Oh, that's
It's not bad, man. By the time we get in the car, I make fun of you for everything. We'll be there.
This guy.
It's kind of crazy. At the top of this, they have like a laser that shoots up into the sky, and it's like the most intense laser I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's not a laser, Mike. It's lights. Okay,
It's a
just
laser,
very
Mike.
high,
It's a laser.
powerful lights. It's not a laser.
Is it the same thing? Did they do that in the Hard Rock over in Tampa as well, or it's not really?
I don't think the
considered Tampa,
guitar.
it's like-
I know. I think there's only one guitar, and this is the guitar. I think they're building another guitar in Vegas.
Yeah.
But that's
okay.
it. There's only going to be 2. Yeah, that's the Guitar Hotel. Those rooms are plush, man. I will only stay in those. I will not go to the old Anna Nicole suite, Hard Rock. If you guys don't know the joke, Anna Nicole passed away at the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale. I'm not going to that part of the hotel anymore. No thanks.
But yeah, no, it's kind of a cool venue too, And they
Mike,
have
what
I
was
think
that
they have like a bar and club there too, if that people want to
Yeah,
do
there's
that.
Dare. There's Dare. What other clubs are at the Hard Rock? Dare. What else? Just Dare. There's a pool party during the day, every day, DJs and stuff.
They have a
Yeah,
cigar
we'll do one.
lounge.
Cigar lounge. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
The Hard Rock's always nice, man.
Yeah.
Always nice, bro. Always nice.
Bacon, eggs,
stuff.
and hash. You guys are scaring me. It's not that bad. It's just
Nah, man, it's cool. Even if we have some times, I'll make some phone calls. Maybe we'll go see like the high-end recording studios in Miami.
that'll be cool.
We'll take a ride and I'll see if they'll let me in, obviously, but I'll see if the owner's there. Vinny, we'll go through like House of Hits. You could see like the vault maybe, and what's the other one? The Hit Factory, which is a big one. I think the Hit Factory's still open. A lot of big studios down there.
Mike, you gonna drop some bars if we go in
Oh,
there?
dude,
or what?
yeah, why not? I'll drop some.
Do some freestyles.
That's it.
Chump change. Just stay off the beach at night. Chump
Yeah,
really.
yeah, it's
you
really
don't- you
good
do not
advice.
like Miami.
He's definitely against it.
Yeah,
that's why
Miami's
he's not going.
listen. Miami itself is
Yeah.
great. South Beach is like one of those of like very few pockets that you just like certain times of night you don't want to be. But we got to understand something. Miami's got South Beach has got multi-million-dollar real estate, so it's not all the beach. It's just right there between like First Mike and like 16th Avenue. That whole front right over there by the Ocean Drive. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Stay away from that area. North of that, you're
During the
fine.
day too? Like it's crap during the day?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, there's bums sleeping everywhere. It's like not really. I mean, it depends, man. It really depends. Like, there's people working out in the middle of the street. They shut down Ocean Drive a lot. There's somebody arguing about giving free water at Starbucks. It's great. It's just a full Miami experience.
Chump got
Yeah, well,
jumped
that's your
walking.
fault, chump. 1 o'clock in the morning. What'd you do? Run for the hills? You probably ran. You probably ran at 40 and about 4 flat. A lot. There's bacon, eggs, and hash. There's drug activity all over the state of Florida. The peninsula comes in from every direction. Go watch the Cocaine Cowboy documentary.
Didn't
We'll
they
see.
fly,
Let me know if you're still
into
coming.
Opelika Airport with all that?
Hell no, bro. They used to fly into the Everglades.
Yeah.
Remember, like in the old movies. They used to fly the documentaries. They used to fly right into the Everglades out west by Davie, which is developed now.
Yeah.
They used to fly all those planes out there. Crazy, bro.
Drop
Crazy.
little care packages.
They're still finding bags of money like buried on like islands in the intercoastal and stuff. It's nuts. Like that's how they. Well, guys, that's how they built the Miami skyline. Was all that seized cash.
Yeah.
They seized billions of dollars in cash. They built the entire Miami sky. They reinvested it into the city, which was smart in my opinion. But go watch the documentary. It's actually pretty good. All right, I'm getting yelled at. I gotta go put Junior in bed.
All right. I think we're probably gonna close up too.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to read all the things. I used to
fine.
stream this at Oblaka train station.
That's funny.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be everything I think for this. It's almost 11 o'clock here. We've been going for what, 2 hours I think.
Right.
So I'm excited to see everyone at Mining Disrupt. It's gonna be awesome. Super excited. I know Dave's excited. I know Mike's excited.
I'm gonna start a new series that get a Glock and hit a block. So you got Mining Disrupt.
That was good. That was good. Mike's good with that. We're gonna be on my channel, right? Or try to be on my channel while we're at Mining Disrupt, but
Yeah.
depending on the time frame, so we don't know. We can't say 8 or 9 o'clock. It might be during the day, but we will have Wired Wednesday sometime or another on Wednesday.
Listen.
So-
Dave, you're being modest, man. If I hand you an AR and say, look, we got to go handle business, you're going to know exactly how to use it, know
Oh, yeah.
exactly how to come around a corner. We have to stop an active shooter or something. I'm having Dave behind me 100%.
Yeah.
Dave and Goat, 100%. We're going right in. Mike's going to sit in the car.
I'll be the lookout. But all right, guys. Excited to see everyone.
Yeah.
We're gonna close it up now, but we will see you guys next week in person. Meeting a lot of you guys for the first time in person. It's gonna be
Yeah, it'd
exciting.
be cool.
Always be prepared to stop bad people.
Always be
So
prepared.
if there's
man.
anything happening, I will react and protect everybody.
All right. See you guys. Have a great night.